just like me for...
Oh, what the hell?
What's that guy doing?
Phoenix at 60.
Okay, but like, why are you contesting B along with Phantom? There's like objective data on this now. We literally have the dual conversion. You're quite literally taking a 45-55. You see? Actually, it's even worse in your rank. Why are you buying Phantom to peek B long? You're trolling. You're literally trolling. The statistics are right here. If you're going to peek that fight B long, you almost certainly want the Vandal. I would go Phantom if you're going to like crunch B link because you're more likely to find fights in this range. We're switching what gun you play depending on situation. Yeah, as you're getting higher ranked, I would say this is a rule of thumb I think pretty much everyone can copy. Buy this gun on attack, buy this gun on defense. And then some exceptions, you buy the Vandal on defense. The reason why you can like get away with buying Phantom on defense is because you choose what angles you hold, you know? But on attack, sometimes you have to push a certain thing no matter what. Like sometimes you have to push B long. They take all control or something. And then it'd be annoying to have a Phantom. So on attack, the Vandal's more versatile. On defense, you can be like, I'm going to hold this angle. And then most of the time, you're going to get an engagement of that range. So the Phantom can be more viable. So because we have data now, it's very clear to argue in favor of attack-sided Vandal, defensive-sided Phantom. And then on occasion, you can defensive-sided Vandal and, of course, attack-sided Phantom on occasion. Has this ever happened to you?
Defenders win.
We've all been there. But thanks to the generous members of the Knowers Club, not only can I help you get less of these,
Defenders win.
but you can even earn Valorant gift cards for successful improvement. All live on stream. Order now at discord.gg/woohoojin, or I'm taking the world 2 pipe. Don't try me. I'll do it. Oh, say less. Say less. Okay, we're on attack. Dial aggression up significantly after you dash out into smoke. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Right. Play out.
Enemy spotted A.
Oh, one's behind the wall.
Hey.
Down A.
Walls down, walls down.
Okay, you should have seen this coming. So while you're reloading, Demon Slayer 7440, I'm going to be a stickler because you need correct technique here. Can't fire gun looking at minimap, okay? So you recognize there's 2 dugout right here.
Walls down.
Now you gotta understand that there's 2 types of like advantages. So you know they're over here, okay? They've made contact with your arena. Off-angle advantage here is so much better than swinging into them. It's like so much better.
104, 104, 104. Trade that. Trade
Spike
that.
down mid.
Reloading.
Whoa!
Trade that. Trade
Spike
that.
down mid.
Okay, mister, look at your mini map because you're second man. Is that 2 enemies I see? You just threw the round. You just threw the round. You can't do this. What is this?
Reloading.
You just peeked into 2 people.
Enemy spotted.
And look when they die. This is so hard for people to understand. Holders, like off-angle holding advantage is so absurdly huge in Valorant. Peeker's advantage really only comes into play when all of the qualities of the fight are equal or favoring the peeker already. So like if the peeker's further from the cover, they've got huge advantage, of course. But when the fights are really imbalanced, which is very frequent in Valorant, generally speaking, the person who peeks first dies in these types of engagements. We can keep track of this, okay? I'll prove by demonstration. So we saw our frenzy round. We ended up peeking this guy first, and then they peeked us. And so we lost. This round, this is the fight that we end up winning. It's because they're peeking into us.
Healing over here.
Nice. This gun's
If there's 3 of us. People are not careful enough with the way they peek in lower elo that like holding them is super broken.
I'm with you.
Our spike carrier is
Connector.
Look.
I'm with you.
Look at your crosshair. You see? Look at her head and look where her gun is right now. And imagine right now if you were just holding. Imagine if you were literally just holding right here. You see? I'm going to show you guys why Peeker's advantage really only exists at the highest level, actually. I just remembered, I was watching the Moist Moguls game yesterday. I think it was a Lotus game. It's literally right here. Okay.
It's like, it's powerful.
So first, that's off-angle advantage from Flya. Okay? Do you see? And you see how safe it is? Where Flya can take 1 bullet and unpeak for sure. Like there's no world you're ever peeking this guy and killing him on that angle. Watch again.
Stream, but it's like,
Jump spots, and now he's holding crouch right here. He's going to shoot 2 bullets and on peak. Bam. Off angle advantage.
That's what I like to hear. Man, our boys are fucking happy.
You see how they peek and they can't really kill him?
Clicking.
And now Flya recognizes Tig crossed. Okay. So he knows Tig is stuck here. Flya knows his distance to this corner is at least twice as far as Tig's distance. Okay. And so now all the criteria is met for us to have clear peeker's advantage. It's not even close.
That's a ding.
So watch.
Get it, Flya.
Do you see how carefully he peeks that? Watch again. It's only peeker's advantage if you're actually thorough with it. If Flya just held King A until he saw the guy and then tried to click, Tig might actually win.
Get it, Flya.
Very thorough. How very careful they are.
Is.
They don't just swing. People think peeker's advantage is, oh, I'll just swing everything. No, you've got to be thorough. You have to be thorough. I want to like state it very clearly. When I tell bronze players to like get aggressive, you know when they just like W key every round and is bad aggression? Like all the higher rated players in chat know what I'm talking about. Where I'll say, hey, you guys need to be aggressive. And then they'll just push dish every single round and die. And we'll be like, what are they doing? And in their head, they're being aggressive. And in our heads, they're being goofy. Peeker's advantage, you interpret it the same way, except it's like players up to like Ascendant. You interpret that as I need to peek every fight for Peeker's advantage. No. Peeker's advantage is like a property that exists in certain fights, depending on how you take them. It's not like, oh, because I'm peeking, I will win this fight or I have an advantage. It's like yeah, sure, you have Peeker's advantage, but there are other advantages at play in every gunfight. So Peeker's advantage does exist in every fight for whoever's peeking. It's a ping-based thing, okay? So this always exists, but it doesn't mean that the peeker has the biggest advantage. There's other things. There's off angles. There's HP. There's numbers. And a lot of the time, the mistake I see is lower rated players, they go, well, if I peek, I've got the advantage in the fight. Like, no, that's not how it works. If you peek, you have a advantage, but you don't necessarily have the overall advantage. There's many other, of course, angle advantage is in here as well. There's many other factors that go into a fight. You don't just peek and go, I've got an advantage. Here we go. Remember when I said notice how they're like cutting it in tiny pieces when we watched the JETT player contest A lobby in the pro clip? Because they were wary of off angle advantage and they wanted to negate it as much as possible. Look how you peek this guy right now. You just died, bro. You just died in a Radiant lobby. You just died. You got one tap.
Oh, my bad.
Peeker's advantage isn't just ping void bad, but it's mostly related to ping. Have you ever played the game Slaps, where one of your homies puts his hands facing upwards and then the other homie puts his hands facing downwards, and the guy on the bottom has to flip his hands over and slap the top of your wrist? You ever play that game? The person who's slapping usually converts more often because they know when the slap is going to occur. There's no latency in real life, okay? It's 0 MS, but the person who gets to start the action has an advantage because they know when it's going to happen. So Peeker's advantage still exists even on 0 ping. It's just exacerbated by higher ping. So with higher ping, the Peeker's advantage grows, but it still exists even on LAN. It's still a concept because the person peeking knows that the fight is about to happen. They can mentally prepare for it immediately. Okay. Just like me for...
Oh, what the hell?
What's that guy doing?
Phoenix at 60.
Okay, but like, why are you contesting B long with Phantom? There's like objective data on this now. We literally have the dual conversion. You're quite literally taking a 45-55. You see? Actually, it's even worse in your rank. Why are you buying Phantom to peek B long? You're trolling. You're literally trolling. The statistics are right here. If you're going to peek that fight B long, you almost certainly want the Vandal. I would go Phantom if you're going to like crunch B link because you're more likely to find fights in this range. We're switching what gun you play depending on situation. Yeah, as you're getting higher ranked, I would say... This is the rule of thumb I think pretty much everyone can copy. Buy this gun on attack, buy this gun on defense. And then some exceptions, you buy the Vandal on defense. The reason why you can like get away with buying Phantom on defense is because you choose what angles you hold, you know? But on attack, sometimes you have to push a certain thing no matter what. Like sometimes you have to push B long they take all control or something. And then it'd be annoying to have a Phantom. So on attack, the Vandal's more versatile. On defense, you can be like, I'm going to hold this angle. And then most of the time, you're going to get an engagement of that range. So the Phantom can be more viable. So because we have data now, it's very clear to argue in favor of attack-sided Vandal, defensive-sided Phantom. And then on occasion, you can defensive-sided Vandal and, of course, attack-sided Phantom on occasion. Like in the split VOD of Neon, where I was coaching Mello, and I suggested he go Phantom because he was looking to go ropes.
We should go back B, right?
Yeah.
See ya.
I have it. I have it.
I think that was unnecessarily risky. So we've got checkmate, and at this point in time, for example, they can peek us halls and we just die. They can even peek us this way halls and we're in a lot of trouble. I wouldn't say we die, but we don't have good odds. For what? You want to turn it into super checkmate? I think we're getting a lot higher conversion if we route with Sky here.
Pop Sky.
Found one.
Two art, one's
There's a
Alright.
two art, one flower.
Landed.
Wall's going down, wall's going down.
block in sight.
Okay, this round's a problem. There's a lot of problems with this round. Problem one, you called for the cabbages. I don't think you called for the dog, but you're not going out with it. Reyna's going out with it. With the bomb, which is weird. We probably want to be going first.
Found one.
But okay, we don't go first. So now our homie's going to plant, but there's a problem. Our homie doesn't feel comfortable planting for A-Link as well because we don't have any control. And she feels pressured to plant default, which is no good. We have a man disadvantage. We don't want to plant default. We're going to lose the round.
One's
There's a
Alright.
So right now you prime your dash. You know there's one A-Link. There's this wall here. The pattern recognition receptors in my brain as a ex-JETT main are screaming at me to ask Sky to flash A-Link, and you're going to dash. You ask Sky to flash your A-Link and you dash. And that way your Reyna can plant open and our odds of converting the round can go up like dramatically. Explain for your P-Ray, my planning default is bad for this situation. It would force all of us to play A main or like tucked on site. We can't really go dug out A-Link or flowers because they don't see the bomb at all. And then it becomes very easy for them to convert the round because we're all stuck main. They'll just molly us, flash us. It's really hard to convert without a numbers advantage. So right here, I think it's very clear to me that you want to call for this flash right here. Like, Sky, can you flash my A-Link? I can dash on them.
two art, one flower.
That Killjoy right there. That's who I want to kill. You see?
Wall's going down, wall's going down.
You need to take the fight to them. It's stronger than you think as well. This is true throughout all the ranks, even in like Radiant. With that Viper wall here, and they hear like they do going to plant and whatnot, these A-Link players are not afraid. They don't see this as a threat at all. In their heads, they're not even thinking about that. They're pulling out utility. They're looking at their mini maps. They're making comms. And that's evidenced by we see like a nano swarm coming. The enemy Sky is preparing to dog. If you call this flash dash, you're frequently going to get two. And you're just going to win the round.
Bro.
I would play closer to pillar here because Phoenix is probably going to flash and nobody's anti.
hawk out.
My ult.
Oh, he died. It's lit.
Scaling over here.
Spike down.
Oh, get your healing.
This side, I can heal you.
One enemy remaining.
Heal up, squad. Out of healing.
Close right, close right.
Wait, she can heal you to 30.
I got the spike.
Let's just leave, just leave, just leave, just leave.
Last player standing.
I got the spike.
Okay, who should be wider in this pairing? Demon Slayer 7440. Who do you want to take the fight first? Yeah, I want us to take the fight first. Me, but you're worried about the turret. The turret can't kill you in one shot. You're chilling. You're too worried about things in general though. So you want to be wider because you got the op. You're covering for this Sky. And you like your Sky's doing
Let's
this like
just leave,
jiggling
just leave.
nonsense. And you want her to leave, but notice while you're telling her to leave, you're unswinging. You need to be swinging out this way while you tell her to leave. Providing like cover.
Player standing.
Oh. He's behind the thing.
Yeah, good luck.
I got the spike.
I would keep the op. If you keep the op, you're at least on somewhat equal footing because you're both one shot to the body. If you go Phantom, you're in a lot of trouble.
Spike.
Pacing and frustration is way too slow. Develop more fluidity. Make preset plans for your dashes on common defensive holds. Say less.
Say walk out.
One enemy remaining.
Nice, last one top, last one.
Spike
Last
down.
one.
Easy. Easy. I think it was a little weird to rotate A there, but otherwise, good round. Whoa. Okay, I get it. I get it. You saw some episode 1 footage. You want to get a round 3 op. Hear me out. Buy a Marshall. The Marshall's broken against these eco rounds. You want a bonus on round 3 anyways. You don't want to buy an op on round 3 with Spectres and whatnot. It's not the best. You're going to be able to op round 4. And the Marshall's going to get you so many eco frags. This Sheriff hold feels so bad to me. You're better. I think you can go for 2 right here.
Wall up, wall up.
Right here, I think you can go for another. I think what you do is, let me show you. So you still have dash up. So you can get a fight where you both get to take 1 bullet.
Let's go.
And of course the op has an advantage if you both get to take 1 shot. Lotus, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, chat. It doesn't matter. It's just a concept. So let's just say we happen to be here, okay? This is the left side of the pillar. This is the right side of the pillar. And we know there's a bunch of enemies over there, okay? You've got your dash primed. You peeked out. You killed Sky and you've unpeeked, just like that. So what I would do now is throw a smoke like you might cross. You come out and like post. Now I'm doing it slowly, so my dash is dropping. And then you take a shot and you can dash. So let me show you at speed. Like that. And you just go for like a flick shot on the second shot and you get a free bullet. And you can do the smoke on either side. So you could even do 2 smokes. Like you get your first kill.
Lock inside you.
You can smoke both sides off and like post over here if it feels more comfortable. Like that. So right here, you only have 1 smoke. So, okay. I would smoke here after the Sky pick. And you can keep fighting for this space because you've got dash. You've got a lot of time on it. I'm trying to at least get them to burn more utility. Because if these guys have 4 flashes coming out onto site, you're going to lose sight with your op.
I'm smoke faded.
This is really good.
Noise B, noise B. Could have been 1.
Yup.
105 Phoenix.
No, nope, nope. Oh, you were so good, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. Look who you killed. Look who you killed. You killed Killjoy. You'd be so cool right now if you just rotated because you know that that's their lurker. And that's the edge of their chain. You look so cool right now. But instead,
Nice.
you're looking B
First on
long.
Frost.
They're not B long, dude. Nah, what are you doing? Why aren't you popping knives? What is this nonsense?
I'm in on site.
Holding man.
Or
Last player standing.
You see how you feel uncomfortable taking space because you just have an op? What are we greeting knives for here? The op is bad for retake. Knives are good for retake. Pop knives.
Yeah.
Here.
Can someone hold out?
Here.
Watch
Bro,
out,
you're
watch out,
Sky!
it is
You're
mid.
Sky! Oh my goodness. Oh, do it.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Or.
So you know Killjoy's art right now? How do you know Killjoy's the lurker? I don't know she's the lurker. I take a calculated gamble because it's highly likely that if I'm the type of player who clears B long after killing the Killjoy B link on lurk like that, I'm going to be too slow. I'm giving up like 3-4 seconds for that. For what? A 2% chance that there's a solo lurk Sky B long who didn't use any abilities? Okay.
80. Or.
So right here, you have to like dash updraft on this guy. Your Cypher's pushing out. We need to crunch, kill this Killjoy. I don't like that we're so passive. And this is good. I like this.
One enemy remaining.
This angle's really troll, but it's about to be really good.
Flash B.
Playing this
multiple
angle,
Bs.
yeah, this happens. Anyways, after the pearl changes, that angle's not bad. But right now, you should not be starting around there. That's really troll.
Yeah, it's mid to A.
Killed. On site.
You can make noise. Okay. So right here, you see Killjoy. That's the edge of their chain. Your noise radius while walking is like this. So you can make noise right now because this Killjoy is the furthest out of anybody on their team.
Brown box.
You should run. Last player.
That's tough.
Win.
All right, ultimately, it's like the micro in our gunfights. We need to work on this. Even this Brim fight. Like, you're just shooting. You're not aiming. Demon Slayer 7440. Aim technique is falling apart. You are feeling too pressured to shoot faster. Slow down your shots, especially when you're in off angles / opping. Smoke yourself more often. You're getting kills. And then this is a big one. I'm going to call it attack / retake. Get much more vocal about trying to call for initiator utility. Pair with dash. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Thank you for the VOD. Demon Slayer 7440.